Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ed's Metalworks YouTube channel. This is going to be the conclusion of the lamp project that I had a little short video out a while back on, doing a little machine work. But anyway, let's get to it. I'll show you what we got going with our lamp project. I'm going to have to admit I did a lot of work off camera because it was all pretty much hit and miss, and redo and redesign. And anyway, originally in the original video we were going to use a curved post like this and have the lampshade kind of out where my hand is, but for some reason it just didn't appeal to me. It didn't look right to me. So what we did is we punted, and we are going to just mount the lampshade straight up out of that hardy hole. The lampshade itself, I showed you the corrugated metal that we're going to try to use. Well, we ended up getting it in a pretty good circle. It's a little bit out of whack, but that's what makes these things unique, I guess. The two pieces were just pop riveted together. You can see there. We I don't know, seemed to be the best way to put it together and look the best. So anyway, there's our lampshade. Our lampshade holders, we bent them out of some 1/2 by 1/8 material. Actually, the way I did that, you can see this, I think you can see this little drawing on the bench here where I did my square tube and then I traced the outside of the lampshade, and that's how I got my measurements to do these bends. But anyway, it worked out okay. You've seen me make this plug in the bottom of this in the last video for this round tube, but we were able to use it inside of this square tube. And I just basically duplicated that process on the top for the light socket. Now, this light socket, this is a, I don't know what they call them, a lamp tube or lamp pole or something. But I buy them, I don't know, 6-8 inches at the Menards big box store. But I don't know, the thread on them is like a 1/8 inch pipe tap, but it's not tapered. So what I do is I just run the 1/8 inch pipe tap all the way through the hole, and it gives me enough to thread those little pieces in there. And then the cord, of course, will go down through there, and our light socket will fit up there. The light sockets themselves, they come from Amazon, made in China. But anyway, you buy a box of 8 of them. I think there's 8 of them in here. Yeah, it says 8-pack, black. Used to get metal ones, but now there's like this plastic Bakelite material or something like that. But anyway, and that's that. So the switch mechanism, kind of got a unique idea for that. We got a hole that runs all the way through this little anvil thing, and I put this bracket in here. This will be our switch, and the way that's going to work is this plate bolts on here. You see that plate with the slot in it, and then this sits down in here, and that plate will actually actuate the switch back and forth. So, and then we made a cover that will cover up all that wiring. So anyway, in order for this switch to work, I run a long screw through it, and I made a slot in here. So the screw slides in that slot to keep that shaft from rotating and coming off of the little toggle switch there. So that's the reasoning for this slot in this hole. But anyway, that's that's where we're at. We're going to put her together now, see what happens. I think I got all the components ready to go. Like I said, we changed our mind from this curved piece to just the straight up lampshade socket. So we'll get some of this on here and see if we can get this thing lit up. Be right back. All right, I think I got you set up a little vantage point here where we can start putting this thing together. I think first of all we got to put this on here up through that hardy hole. Take a look and see which way we think we want to set it. We'll go square. Yeah, I think we'll set it at an angle like that. What I mean by an angle is the square tube not square with the base here. We'll call that where we want it. I might get a crescent wrench, hold that. How's that looking? That won't too bad. Now, if we can fish the wire there, I think we'll put the light socket on next. Make sure we can get that wire through all these holes. Maybe what to do, we'll use a piece of fill rod. Can you get the fill? Hit the hole with the fill rod. Too many holes to hit here. Oh, there we go. Made it through there. Get some electrical tape. Cut this hook off of here. Oh, it snapped down through there and come out of the hole. All right. I don't think this will be too hard a pull, it's got to be a straight pull to hit all them holes. I thought about running the wire through there as I went, but I wasn't sure how I'd tighten that bolt up in the bottom with that wire sticking out there. I can't get a open end wrench in there. But I'll tape this on here. Maybe. Let's see what happens there. Like I said, this is just basically a guide. Don't really need it to pull. And as usual, it ain't gonna go through that hole. I have to rethink this here a little bit. I'm gonna come up with a better way to get that through there, and I'll bring you guys back when I do. All right. I hate to have you guys see me struggle, but that's what it's about most of the time. Anyway, I'll show you what I did. I took and made a hook on the bottom of on this wire and ran it through the cutout in the electrical wire lamp cord. But that should fit down through here. We'll see what happens now. Don't got a whole lot of room to play with up here, so that's the problem. It's the smallest hole we got to go through, and well, I don't know what we're hanging up on here. We'll get her. We'll get her. This may be the worst part of the whole project here. Well, just had to get brave and give her a little more of a yank. I was afraid that would come out of there, but we got it pulled through now. I just put a chunk on here that was long enough, and it'll get cut to size as we go here. Got to kind of twist the pull the cord up out of there so we don't turn it as we go. All right. Man, I never thought this would be the most difficult part of this project, but I gotta find the slot that goes down into. All right, believe it or not, we got a cord, and we got a light socket finally. Amazing. Okay, let's get around to the next step of this project here. Now we can work from the bottom. Yeah, flip it over the other way. Now that we have that cord in there, we can start assembling this switch mechanism down here. I hope you can see in there. But anyway, we got our little actuator. Actually, I have some of this 1/2-inch rod, and it's got like a 1/8-inch hole all the way through it. I don't know what it was ever for, but so I just tapped. I drilled it out and tapped it for a 1/4 28. Put a couple of these screws in here, just for aesthetics. Looks a little better having that finished end on there. All right. That'll be in here. Now our actuator's got to go on here. With this long screw. It goes down through here. Like I said before, that long screw is, then the end of that screw fits in the slot in that plate, what I'll show you here in a second. Make sure I'm putting this together right. Let me get something to set underneath here so we can have it propped up. A little better view. There, remind me to get a little better view of what's going on here. Yep. Got that started in the wrong spot already. Well, I just can't get a good working angle on this thing here. All right, I got to figure out a way to prop this up so that I can get a little working on it. Be right back. Well, sorry guys, I don't know how much. Looked like my GoPro must have got hot and shut off or something. But anyway, just to summarize a little bit, we got the switch plate and switch cover and everything underneath there. We got our electrical wired up and our switch works. And I hope you didn't miss too much of that. I didn't pay attention to why the GoPro shut off. Sometimes you can't depend on these things very much, but let's put the shade on. I have to keep looking at this camera, make sure it's doing something. So, we got the shade made out of this corrugated metal. And we got one of these marked with an X, so we know where where it fits the best. Alright. I drilled and tapped 1032 holes in them lampshade holders. It is awful warm in the shop today. I don't know, that GoPro, I don't know why it shut off. I hope you got some footage out of there. If not, we'll make do with what we got. Get this screw holder gone here again, and make sure we're still recording. Still not the best at this video business, but I'll try to show you a little something. Just another hobby, I guess. It's kind of, I don't know if I've said in videos past, somebody asked me what I do all the time, and I said, well, look at my GoPro videos. That'll tell you what I do all the time. Well, there's got to be one that's a booger here. Got her. Alright. On typical fashion, I know I got friends and relatives that are electricians. You gotta line up these screw slots and everything. These are all going straight up and down. Well, we got some little, if you can see on the inside here how them screws stick through, we're going to put some of these little acorn nuts on them, or whatever you call them, just to cover that up. All right, where's my last acorn? Squirrel didn't run off with it, so here it is. And we'll tighten them up. wind the cord. There's our lamp. Left the old nail holes in here to give it some aesthetics, I guess. But let me turn off the big lights. I'll leave you here with the lamp. I'll turn off the big lights. We'll see what it looks like once. Alrighty, there we go. A few more pieces of stuff laying around the shop, stacked in one space again. Yeah. My little push-pull switch for the power. And that is it. I'm going to turn these lights back on. Get a far away view of it. And the light coming through the window probably doesn't help matters none, but turn the main lights back on here. Well, like I said, thanks for hanging with me on this project. It was a little bit of a hit and miss, scattered around project, but the plan changed as it went along, but ultimately it come out okay. I don't know how much footage I missed there, but I hope you get the general idea of what happened. I don't know why the GoPro shut off, but anyway, thanks again for watching as much as you could anyway, and give me a thumbs up, nothing else, and share it with somebody if you want. And until the next project, this is Ed's Metal Works, signing out.